Story time. I'm driving home from picking up my daughter from school, and I stopped at a intersection where it's a brutal left-hand turn trying to get out of there, and there's a McDonald's in the distance, and I see that the McRib is back. Now, nobody's really that excited about the McRib, but there's this mindset that, oh no, the McRib only comes back when something's about to happen in the world. You have to kind of keep your eye on the ball now. That's my, unfortunately, I see McRib and I get concerned. What are you seeing that makes you concerned when you look at the economy?
You definitely look. I look at actually housing.
Okay.
Right. If the median age of a buyer right now is 59, that's part of the demographic of a baby boomer starting to downsize, which is a healthy thing. But when you see new home, the median age of a first-time home buyer creep up now into your late 30s, that's concerning, right? That shows you that families aren't, the formation of families, be able to get out there and get a home, that's a struggle. And hence with the mortgage price rate, where that is at. Then you look at where employment and unemployment, that obviously is going to be consideration. And then to what you said earlier about inflation, right? Putting food on the table. And what is the cost of that? Now, we don't want to have fake inflation. And what I mean by that, where you look at one metric and look at the other. Like oil's really low right now, which is good, but groceries are high. So how do you get that collectively done and look at it in a way that you're realizing that this isn't just government rhetoric. This is a reality. So we do look at those things. Does that necessarily change how I would prescribe what we do at a Nexus? Not at all. But I think it makes me cognizant of the reality of our economy.
I don't want this to feel all doom and gloom, because I think you touched on something when you talked about being myopic and people being blinded by their politics and not necessarily seeing the big picture or pausing and kind of taking in the whole situation. So you mentioned the academics that you work with, and I'm sure that you guys may not see eye to eye on everything politically, and yet you guys are still able to work together and find common ground with what you're working on. So what I want to know from you is, how do you do it? But more importantly, why is that so crucial for you guys to have success, but for the average person to have success when it comes to their portfolio?
Yeah, we value working with real academics. And a lot of times I think we're not talking about the kind of some rhetoric out on campus that creates a lot of controversy, unrest.
Yeah.
The financial economists that we work with, and they're affiliated with some really large universities, some are a little controversial, but not them personally. They're very much objective view of the market based on their analysis. And through that process, they've actually found that markets go up. They actually see long-term, and Jeremy Siegel's the best. He has his book, Stocks for the Long Run. Stocks over the long run go up. So you want to even be tied to stocks, even in an index annuity allocation. Hence why we value that, as opposed to someone that's trying to sell you doom and gloom, right? What we other call a permabear. I recently, about 18 months ago, was presented an index that was really about doom and gloom. First, it was a little depressing, right?
I would imagine.
And two, the concepts that needed to be placed in the index weren't even implementable. They were far-fetched. To think that I'm not going to have any water in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know. I think that's crazy. And when not to say we have environmental problems and things of that nature, but the academics that we see, the data shows long run, stocks do well. Stocks around the world, by the way, all around the world, if we do it, and they actually, what they highlight is they can do it in better ways. Not that the S&P is bad, but they can do it in different ways because there are different market cycles. And they also give us the mindset to think about how maybe other asset classes work. So that's why we value working with them. Why does it matter for a client? A lot of times, these are not household names. These are not people that have Fox News or CNN or MSNBC shows. They tend to be on the business channel. Those have lower ratings. We're not necessarily, I know we're in media right now today, but those people, they're not just talking heads. They give us a mindset where their data has actually proven in most cycles, not every year, to do well. And when we bring it together, it creates a nice diversification and their credibility. A lot of our academics are at a point in their life that they're senior citizens. They're already legends. They've all done really well for their means, but they want to give back. And that's why we value part of, when we think about the Impact Partnership, the Nexus Partnership, which we're proud of having you as one of our IDC groups, that they're giving back to and educating our advisors and helpfully trickling down to our clients.